Alright, in this video we are going to polish the app by adding some professional styling in place. You need to go to the lecture notes and copy the complete CSS and override the index CSS that you have. So I've already copied it, and let's go select all of these and replace them. Save this and then refresh the app. So you're going to see that it looks fairly different. So again, it's not the goal of this training program to teach you about the styling, but I'm gonna go throw a few things on the table so to bring it to your attention. Here are a few points that I will make. What I'm doing here and in here is often referred to as CSS reset. This is the idea of removing the default styling that your browser provides, so that you sort of start with a clean slate and you have complete control over what you're doing in your application. Now the other part that is interesting to talk about is here. So I have an element with the ID of app that basically wraps the entire application. So I'm going here and I'm providing a bunch of different styling for it. One particular thing to make a note of is the display flex. So this is a relatively newer addition to CSS specification, and it allows to create a sort of a layout system that makes it easier to arrange elements in rows or columns, or center the content, or provide some distribution between the spacing of the different elements that are in place. So a lot of the information that you see here has to do with the sort of arranging the things that comes in the app. So a few other things to point out here. One is, notice the positioning of moon. So this is done with the help of this image container, and what basically the app does is that it uses this justify content, and it has this attribute of a space between, which allows me to push everything between this element and this element and sort of maximize this space. And so what that helps is that it pushes everything, that like it pushes the moon to the bottom of the page, and it's always like that. So if like you zoom in, it's always at the bottom, and you zoom out, it's still at the bottom. So let's go and look at, well, here's another thing. This gives me the gradient. So you see that I'm sort of going from 2 shades of purple here, and a few other things like the min height, 100% of the viewport height. This gives me allows me to expand the entire. I have transformation on the image element. Where is the image element itself? So that's the image container. Let's find the element. There you go. So I've got a bit of a transformation. So if you look at it, it kind of is moved a little like upward, and it kind of looks at this direction. That's what the transformation does. Now if you click on the calculate, you're gonna see all of these color coded. These are all coming in here. So each one of these cycles, they have a different background color. So the refresh button still works the way it expected. The back button works as it is expected. I want to get rid of this image container here too. I don't want to show it at this stage. I just want to show it in this view. So let's go to our index.js. Let's get hold of this image container. I think it's called img container. So img container, and let's change that to image container. So what we can do is we can basically do what we do with the prompt section, right? Copy this, change it to image container, so hide it, and then when we go back, let's show it. All right, let's refresh the page. Now it's hidden. Now go back. Awesome. Okay, so that's it. This is our application.